We're live. Scarlet Division Fearless. Your boy Sky back with Myron. The one, the only Myron.
What's up?
VGC. Here to rank your squads. Again. So yeah, let's not waste no time. Let's hop straight into it, man. It's late night. People want the video, so we gotta give the people what they want.
Alright, start off the Swirlixers.
You're defending season 2 champion. Billy. Let's take a look. Dragapult, Greninja, Mega Metachamp, Cyclizar. Plenty of Tail abuse. I like it. It's a good core. It's strong. It's fast. I mean, do we need to say more? Yeah. Celesteela, good to make up for the Quad Fairy weakness. As well as the Terra types. He does fix that. Dozo, good budget mon. Whimsicott as well. Like, they do good for where they're at. Yeah, Morgan Dollar. These are all usable mons. I think it's just a really solid offensive core. What do you think, bro? You got any opinion?
I think the same thing. I think the Shed Tail abuse is real. But I think if you can shut down the Shed Tail, then you can start picking this team apart.
Maybe a little
easier. And then, once again, lack of hazard removal. I know Cyclizar gets rapid spin, but you know, that's predictable.
Yeah.
So.
Well, you know, Brett just doesn't give a fuck about hazards.
Yeah. We'll see how well that works out in the game.
This is a good team. Should we just start off with A and see how we go from here?
I'm cool with A. Yeah.
Alright, cool. I think A is a bare minimum.
Yeah.
We'll see how our S tier teams turn out if we have any.
We shall see. We got your team up next.
All right, my team it's the best in the league, really, and it's gonna shit on everyone. So yeah, we can go ahead and move on to the next one.
No. All right, you got Palafin, you got Clefable, two annoying ass mons. I mean, this is a pretty good team. I see, like, obviously some screens, offense, type archetype.
That was kind of the goal.
It's pretty alright. I think just these top three right here are enough to prep for that. It's a pretty difficult team to beat.
Yeah. This is the very fun team. Yeah, I mean, pretty standard. Steel, Clefable, Fire Moltres gives me more options. Flying Raichu is whatever. Memes. I like my team a lot. I think my team is very slow, and Raichu doesn't count because it dies to a gust of wind. So yeah, but I think that's the weakness of this team for sure. The speed's a weakness. Yeah, I mean, I think this is a pretty solid team. I'm almost tempted to rank my own team in B. But maybe I could put in A because, you know, Palafin Clefable is pretty nice. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna
rank my own team.
I'm gonna do it A. Literally, Palafin Clefable.
Nice guy.
Or Carrion. I think that you'll be able to fix your speed issues in free agency anyway. But I mean, even just ranking it off for now, I'd say it's probably A. Just Palafin Clefable.
Yeah, I mean, I've got hazard removal, hazard setting. You know, all the good little check boxes checked.
It's pretty good. Yeah, I mean, depending on the other competition, I could see this possibly going to B, maybe making its own B+ tier.
Wow, I get my own special tier. I'm a special guy. All right, who we got next?
All right, we got Sharky up next.
Sharky.
Man with no logo.
You know what? He doesn't need one.
That's alright. He's
making his logo. Yo, so I really like this team, man. This is pretty solid. Garchomp, Dragonite, Mega Mawile. Like, that's nice. Those all work nice. He's got I love his Terras too. Fairy, Surledge, normal Dragonite. You know, this is nothing out of the box. This is just good Terras.
Yeah, this is just some solid all-out attacking squad here with the Oxy Speed for doing what the Oxy Speed does.
Right.
Slowbro for some good defenses over Quill. Same thing, I guess. I'm not really sure what Overquill does yet. I haven't really used it, but I think any strong physical wall is definitely gonna pose problems. But I feel like Mega Mawile and D-Knight can definitely break through them, and Garchomp as well. has its own options. I think this is a pretty scary team to go against.
Right. I mean, I knew like Graydon is even useful at one point, and Frost is whatever. Wishy-washy too. But yeah, this is a pretty just good all-around team. He's got lots of hazard setting. I think could be a problem for people. And pretty fair types. As far as type synergy goes, I don't really see an issue. It does really well. This looks like another A-tier team to me. What do you think?
I think so. I think, yeah. Honestly, I don't see any reason for it not to be. All right, moving on. Candlelight Nightmares.
We're gonna have to figure out what the criteria for putting people in B versus A is.
Yeah, because all these teams are freaking buffed up.
Facts. This is also one of my favorite teams. Sneasler, Feeny, the double Tapus. Lots of bulky mons that can come in and out. And this team pivots well. It sets hazards. He's got the terrain chat with Sneasler. It seems like it's centered around Sneasler, obviously.
Yeah, and I think that's good. Definitely would probably want to see him on Psychic terrain versus Mystic terrain if you're going to be spamming Dire Claw or, like...
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does let you dodge burns, too. I guess it does have its merit.
Yeah, it definitely helps you. Like, if you're just going for, like, a Swords Dance sweep anyway with Unburdened, then, you probably don't really care about Dire Claw because you're just going to be spamming CC the whole time, so...
Exactly. He's got usable low point mons. I always like to see that. Fortress is good.
Oh, yeah.
Dusclops has its moments. Mega Sharpedo as well. And even Eldegoss.
Even Eldegoss.
Terra Fly Sneasler, that's good. That's a great Terra type. Poison Tinglu is not bad. I think it's obviously going to be effective, so...
Yeah, I think the Terra Fly, I'm assuming that's for acrobatics.
Yeah, acrobatics dodges the ground weakness. Yeah, it comes in handy.
It's good. Overall, pretty good. I think this team is pretty decent. I mean, it's got good speed tiers.
This one's hard.
This is a hard one to rank, though.
It's so hard because I'm like, I kind of want to put this one in A2.
I don't know. I think
I could maybe make a case for B, but like, this team doesn't really have that many like flaws on the surface. Maybe just being over centralized around Sneasler, but it doesn't have to be.
And honestly,
Lele and Feeny can do their own thing.
Honestly, I think it's not. I don't know. I almost want to say B tier just because of the fact that it is centralized around Sneasler, and with Pokemon Home just being released, Sneasler isn't really doing a whole lot in just Paldea or the Pokemon Home OU decks or whatever. And so, when you have time to prep for it and everything, it's even less overwhelming.
Yeah, I guess it kind of remains to be seen. I don't know if we put the other teams in A. I still feel like this one has to go in A. We might really have to come back and take a look at these first few rankings and decide what goes where.
Yeah. I don't know. What do you want to do? You want to do
last time we underrated this team, we were dead wrong. So
that's true. I think if anyone deserves an A tier placement, it's gonna be him. But it's looking a little stripes right now. We got 4 A tier teams.
4 A tier teams off the rip. Maybe we're just like that.
Maybe we're just like that. This is Scarlet Division. We're stacked.
Yeah, we're gonna have to. We'll see what we got. The South Carolina Slitherwing. This is one of my favorite logos.
Yeah, badass logo.
So, Slitherwing, Mega Gyarados, Raikou, Suing Braviary, Sylveon, Donphan, Noivern, and Nihilego. So, yeah, this Bear type synergy, hazard setting, hazard removal, all that good stuff. I mean, this team's pretty solid. It's got all usable mons, all 10 are usable. Some way, shape, or form. The Terra types are fine. Electric, Slitherwing is fine. Rock Nihilego just makes it hit even harder. I'm trying to think, I'm going to point out the weaknesses on these teams has been way more difficult. What do you think about this team? A little slow, even with Raikou
probably speed
and Noivern.
Raikou. Oh yeah, Noivern.
They're both fast, but
Nihilego a little bit.
that's true. Well, it's not like slow, but it's like it's not exactly like the fastest team either.
Yeah, and even its fast mons have like big weaknesses. Like Noivern's kind of weak, very frail.
That's true.
Nihilego, same thing, quite weak to ground, dies to any physical move. And Raikou just doesn't do a whole lot of damage. I mean, Raikou can be good. Don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
definitely
team
not the
can
most
pivot.
threatening thing ever. This is a pretty good
Yeah.
team. It's got good hazard removal with Donphan.
Yeah.
Braviary can defog pretty well.
Gosh, this is a really good team. Let's be honest. This is a pretty strong squad.
I'd say it's a strong squad, but I don't really see anything that
we-
makes it like overwhelming feeling.
Yeah.
I mean, its highest point mon is 14 with Mega Gyarados, and obviously points aren't everything, but you know, would
That's
Like-
fair. Maybe it's missing that wow factor.
Yeah.
Mons, which is fine.
pretty much. I just don't see anything that's like sure, there's definitely some threats like Mega Gyarados and you know other mons. Definitely some threats. Just nothing that you can't handle or nothing that could feel overbearing. Everyone's just looking at the team sheet.
Yeah, that's a pretty fair assessment. I mean, it's pretty hard, anyways, to even assess any of these teams. I guess this could be our first B tier.
That's what I'm
but
thinking.
This could swing to A towards midseason pretty easily. It could be just dead wrong, and I should have put this in A.
But
yeah.
if we say that about every team, the whole tier list.
Well,
is
then
gonna
we're
be
gonna
an A.
stack everybody in A. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Oh shoot, let's move on. Let's move on. Got
alright.
Team Daybreak next.
Right. Another cool logo.
Yes, I like this one.
Alright, we got Walking Wake. With no
Big
sun.
salt guy.
I don't see.
Yeah,
any-
Walking Wake, no sun.
No rain either. I mean,
Yeah, it's not a requirement. It does help though.
it's
You can
definitely.
always just run booster and other stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen people do really good with just booster, special attack boost, and like agility, substitute, things like that. And just.
It seems got some annoying bulky mons and has screens like Garg, Annihilate, all that can be brought back to life by Palmot. Superior as well, and they all do very well behind screens. So he does abuse the screens as well. Soothing Arcanine is solid. The speed tier is a little mid on this team, but I think it's overall fine.
Yeah,
And
I think it's bulky enough to compensate with it for that.
Right. And he has a good mix of hazard setters. Hazard removal is a bit weak. I always get called out for forgetting mons that can remove hazards, but Pavilion is the only one I even see if it even gets defog.
Yeah.
Who else? Who else remove hazards on this squad?
I don't think anybody. I really don't think.
I guess that could be a weakness to point out.
Yeah, definitely lack of solid hazard removal.
Yeah. The Terra types are good too, though. Annihilate Poison makes sense because Fairy is kind of strong against this squad.
Yeah.
So you don't want to get spammed by one type on your team ever.
Yeah, definitely not. Terra
That-
Water is always good on guard.
On guard, yeah, absolutely. And it doesn't interfere with the synergy of the rest of the team. If anything, it helps it.
Yeah, not at all. Because then
Like
that adds a bulky water, which.
I think
So
I think we're comparing. I can compare this one to the team we just ranked early, where it's like this team is solid, and we're pretty much nitpicking weaknesses for every team at this point.
Yeah.
And but it's kind of missing. It's again missing that wow factor. Like Walking Wake was the first pick, but it doesn't really get supported by much anything else. Not to say that it won't be effective, but
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it'll definitely be strong. It's just when you think of Walking Wake, you think of fucking Specs Hydro Steam in the sun.
yeah, stuff like
Fucking
that.
two-hit KOing everything. Like, it's not gonna be doing the same thing.
Yeah,
Which is
I
gonna
mean,
be
this
cool, you
team-
know. I want to see it play differently. It's just
yeah. I think this team could have some nice surprises that I'm sleeping on, but I think I want to put this in the B tier right now.
I wholeheartedly agree with that.
Even with Annihilate, I still want to put this in the B tier.
Even with Palmot and Annihilate,
mm-hmm.
this is definitely like this could. I think pretty
one
much
of the more
every
annoying
team.
teams to go against.
Yeah, I think pretty much every team here could move up to A tier.
Yeah.
And possibly even S tier. Like,
yeah, this tier list is more than likely going to look a lot different towards the mid-season release.
Yeah, and that's just the way it is. Like you said, we're nitpicking things. This is a pretty stacked division, so that's just the way it is. You know, just because your team is B tier doesn't mean it's, you know, it's fucking S tier and Violet, basically.
All right, let's check out the Tornadoes. Iron Valiant. That's deadly.
Typhlosion, Hisuian, and
the third round is pretty questionable. I'm not gonna lie. Now I thought the Gudra. I've been sleeping on Hisuian and Gudra, but I think it's been pretty decent OU. Although it was kind of niche as like a Regieleki counter. But you know, this isn't OU. This is draft. I still think it's a decent mon, but yeah, 3 and 4. I don't know how I feel about that. I do like Pincurchin, but I also feel like that was a little early. But maybe just he was worried about the demand for electric terrain.
Yeah, which is pretty good. The only problem is you also have Tapu Bulu and Aditi.
Yeah, and that messes. Like he's got a lot of things going on with terrain and
3 different terrain
really sure
setters.
How these mons benefit from it.
Yeah, like, the only electric terrain abuser is Valiant. And then, I mean, grassy terrain just helps everybody, I guess. But like,
it helps
why?
Gudra with its Gudra and Typhlosion with the earthquake weaknesses, but
just why psychic terrain? Like, maybe I'm missing something. You know, that's the thing. Maybe,
yeah, I'm looking too.
Maybe we don't see.
Hazard control is fine. He's got magic bounce and torn T.
Oh yeah,
so that's something he could set hazards.
He's good on hazards. He's got good. Hisuian, Gudra, and Gastrodon. It's pretty good walls.
He's got decent switch ins, and like they're not like amazing, but they're fine. I mean, Hisuian Gudra is good, and Gastrodon. But yeah, I just don't think. I think honestly, the only thing I'm seeing wrong is the synergy here, right? Like I don't know if this team synergizes as well, and maybe we'll see some changes in free agency as he figures it out.
Yeah, it kind of looks like he had an idea and then just started switching it up every 2 or 3 rounds.
Yeah, the Terra Captains are not too bad. Water, Hisuian Gudra is good. Electric Bulu is interesting. I mean, it just covers your flying weakness, really. And it's not that weak to Earthquake because of the terrain he sets. Yeah, I think Synergy is a thing, because what does he really need Water Absorb Gastrodon for? And maybe if he's just worried about other teams' mons, that's fine.
Yeah, and
it doesn't necessarily cover his team.
Maybe he's cooking, and we just don't know.
Right.
But for now, I think this is the first C tier team.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Okay, cool.
We'll have to see. We'll have to get the update later.
Yeah, we'll just have to see what he's got. Alright. Talon Flames.
Sir. Oh, I just faced this team. Let me tell you. It's tough to prep for it. This man has 3 Prankster mons. Tuskathy, Clodsire. This team's pretty versatile. It's kind of slow. I know the Prankster makes it seem faster than it really is, but it is kind of a slow team. But it has a lot of good setup mons. It's very versatile. It can set hazards. It can remove them easily. Yeah, not a bad squad. I think his Terra types are fine. Fairy, Rotom is it's Fairy type. Fairy is a good type. Grass Hulkron is always great.
This is a pretty good team. This literally looks like a pretty standard OU team.
Yeah,
with these
a pre-home. This is like a pre-home OU team.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking.
Yeah, it's not bad at all. It's very bulky as well. Like he can run just straight bulk on almost everything here. His Mega Manette sucks, but hey, it's 3 points, so why not?
Why not? Another Prankster.
Yeah, there's a lot of Prankster. So this is a fine team. It's got some deadly threats on it, and a decent defensive core like Clodsire. Rotom is a pretty good defensive core, and then you combine Tusk with that. So this one's a little harder to rank. I think I want to put this B tier. I don't know. What are your opinions?
I was thinking B tier as well. I think it's got a lot of good things, but the same as the other B tier teams, it just doesn't really have that wow factor.
Yeah. so you can get 6-0 by the King Gambit. So
Oh yeah,
there's something. There's
definitely
something
something you have to prep for.
right.
Oh, I'm next. Oh shit! Don't grill me too hard.
The donuts. Well, this team is dog shit, son.
Facts.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm a pretty big fan of this team. Roaring Moon, Heat Trend, Mega Venus, Hourglass. Yeah, lots of very deadly click buttons mons combined with some bulky offense. And yeah, you got Sun mixed in to help the Roaring Moon for low points too, because Ninetales is cheap, so I like that. Him on top helps with the hazard removal this team does need, especially with the flying Roaring Moon. Yeah, Hisui Zora is funny. I want to see that meme someone this season if you think you can bring it.
Why do you think a Terra goes today?
Yeah,
It's already in the
I like that a lot. Yeah, the Terra types are good too. Like flying Roaring Moon, it makes it a little predictable, but it's a strong set regardless. Ice, Sandy Shocks is also fine. Ice and Grass are both great for shocks. So yeah, this team can set hazards. It can remove them. I'm trying to I guess speed is kind of an issue, but Roaring Moon is so fast that it kind of makes up for that anyways.
Also webs from Galvanish.
Yes, it does have web support, so if you can keep the webs up, it's pretty solid. Gosh, is it biased if I put this in the A tier? I mean, it has some pretty deadly mons.
What do you think of the weaknesses?
Weaknesses. I guess it leans a little too much into the physical attackers, like Mega Venus. I mean, Heatran can be deadly as a special sweeper, and Mega Beastar can too, but they're also both kind of slow. And Sandy Shocks it's not too bad. But it's usually more of a pivot mon. I mean, it can be offensive, obviously. This is draft. It can be whatever you want. But that's something I would point out. Other than that, I mean, this team has really good recovery. The pivoting. And great type synergy, too. I guess I should point that out. Has really good type synergy. Yeah. How would you rank your own team?
I'd say A tier. We don't gotta spend any more time on it.
That's fine, that's fine. It's about the same as my team, probably.
Yeah. Moving on, where the fuck are we?
Side guy. Well, he beat you, so this must be S tier, right?
Yep, that is how that works. Here you go. So further notice.
Yeah, Chiyu in the Sun, awesome. Great combo. Yeah, this is a pretty good Sun-ish squad.
I think Torko's literally here just to give superpowered overheats.
Yep.
And that's it.
Pretty much.
There's literally no other Sun abuser that I can see, at least.
I mean, Landers is good in Sun, but it's not an abuser.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, that's about it. This isn't a bad team. It covers for Chiyu pretty well. Mega Gallade is strong. Giram is obviously strong because it has all the kills. Terra Electric Chiyu is not bad. It's a serviceable Terra type. I don't know if it's the best one, but it definitely has its uses. Poison Earthworm is interesting. Let's get rid of the 5-day weakness, and obviously you can't ground into it, so I like that. And then Poison Credilli is, yeah. It's Credilli. But it's a good low point mon that can come. A lot of his low point mons can put in work here.
Yeah, definitely. Obviously, I lost to the same. I mean, it's pretty solid. I gotta tell you, there's prepping for it. There's a lot more than when you first look at it. It looks pretty underwhelming. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But once you start to really dive into the sets that he could run and the different abilities, you could
plus hella shit-tail abusers, which I think is important to note.
Shit-tail's just fucking broken, dude.
Yeah, it's good. Even though Earthworm's not as good at setting it up in draft, it's still he still takes advantage of it a lot.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think of weaknesses. I mean, he can remove hazards pretty decently. I wonder, does Kiram? I know this since this is National Dex. Does Kiram get defog? Probably
Let's
not.
go check.
Yeah, let's check so that people can stop correcting me in chat.
Should be in draft.
Obviously, he has rapid spin and defog.
I do not.
Landers.
Yeah, we're in draft, and I don't see defog.
No default. Okay, cool. So maybe hazard removal is a slight issue, but I think Torkoal and Landers are fine. That hazard removal,
not
so
bad.
Can't complain too much. I'm having a hard time ranking. I'm kind of in between B and A. Like, I'm not super impressed with some of his mid-round picks, but also I think his offensive core is really deadly, and the versatility is just crazy on this team. What do you think?
I want to say B. And no, it's not because
B.
I'm salty I lost. I think B just
salty.
because I don't know. Okay, now the more I think about it, I might say A. Literally just because Chiyu and Sun, Landers T is amazing. Mega Gully puts in work. Yeah, I agree with you. Like, some of the mid-round picks are a little questionable, but they can definitely work. What do you think?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. We might have to move one of these A teams to S. Gotta figure out which one of these separates and puts itself in S. But we do still have more teams, so we can rank those first.
Yeah, let's finish this out. Let's see. Burst and voltage. Illumination.
All right, so
Back
we went
again.
from Sun to Rain. This is a really good team. It's obviously Rain dedicated, but it's gonna do that very well.
Yeah, and last season he went with Rain when Basket Legion, so I think he's just trying to get an even better version of last season's team.
Not use Polytoad and
Not
mainly instead of Rain.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a ton of Rain abusers. Like, every mon on this team pretty much benefits from Rain. Even his Pharaoh Seed.
Yeah, but so even Pharaoh Seed is amazing.
And this team can set and remove hazards very easily with this being national decks.
Zapdos.
Knuckle
Stack in the fourth round.
Very interesting pick, I'm not gonna lie.
Especially
but he still somehow ended up with Zapdos and Tangrowth after.
And Mega Swampert all the way in the 9th round. Which, most likely,
Makes sense.
he was the one that took Pelipper, and a lot of people don't even want Politoed, so that makes sense, but it's crazy.
Good Terra types too. I like Jodogon's defensive profile on this team for how cheap it is.
Yeah, it's pretty.
It's just a really good Rain core. He got a lot of the mons that you want on a Rain team. Like, a Rain team really needs Zapdos. Obviously it needs Pelipper, but having Bundle and Basket Legion as really good abusers and a Megamon that can abuse it, it's definitely not as versatile, but hey, it's gonna hit you in the mouth.
It's gonna be good. I definitely expect this team to do some good
I expect
work.
this team to do very well, for sure. He hasn't played his game yet, but that's good. We don't have any biases. Is this our first S tier team? Or am I biased because I like Rain? And his team's just really good.
Yeah, no,
I don't know. Maybe we hold it back because of Knuckle Stack in the 4th round. But Knuckle Stack could put in work.
I was thinking the same thing, but literally just because he put it in the 4th round. Either he's like so confident that his first 3 picks is just gonna shatter everything.
Yeah,
This
team doesn't have many switch-ins, and he can pivot. So, like, how do you keep up momentum against this squad without clicking? I'm gonna have to bring Sunny Day against this team, or Sandstorm, and all my mons that can learn weather moves, so I can change the weather and get any kind of momentum.
Yeah, this is definitely.
I think, you know what? I think a lot of people might disagree. I mean, except for Woomy, obviously. But I think this is S tier.
I don't blame you. I'm gonna keep it there. I don't blame you for that at all. All right.
Here's.
All right, Mega Scizor team. Now this one's interesting because he has.
We just have a 3rd weather in a row.
He's got Tyranitar with Samurus Excadrill, and then Ninetales with Slush Rush Artisolt. So he could go with 2 different weathers.
Yeah. And you know what? Normally 2 weathers, I'd be like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, like, what are you doing?
But because of the point values of Ninetales, Lola, and Arctozolt, I actually think it's fine.
I think it's worth it. I think because if you prep for the wrong one, you're fucked.
Yeah, and his Sand Core is so good, dude. Mega Scizor, Zygarde, Tyranitar, and Excadrill, like, that's a lot of bulk and a lot of offense at the same time.
Yes.
This is one of my favorite cores.
Yeah, this is
And
definitely
like
a good
they don't
team.
all share. I mean, they share a few weaknesses, obviously, but they don't share as many weaknesses for mons that all benefit from the sand so much. And he's got unaware dirge, which is great.
They're just good.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to bring Sandrush X control. He could bring
Mold
Snow
Breaker.
Aurora Veil and then just have a Mold Breaker X control.
Yeah.
Like all these mons benefit from the screens, so I don't blame them for grabbing the Alolan Ninetales for sure. And then if you're gonna grab the Alolan Ninetales, you might as well grab Arctozolt.
Might as well. The thing is very hard to prep for.
Right. And then like the hazard removal is really good because this Scizor has Defog, Excadrill is Rapid Spin. He's got it. And then Vikavolt and Gliscopod are very serviceable low point mons. And then even Lanoon putting work in his very first match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is a really good team.
Yeah, no, this is definitely a phenomenal team. I'm thinking. What do you think? Is this the other S tier team?
This could be another S tier. Are we just biased for putting weather teams in S tier? But
I mean,
this team's really good, and he
yeah,
synergizes.
No, this is a threatening team.
All right, let me try to nitpick. It only has 2 hazard setters. That's not even. No, wait. I think Zygarde has hazards too. That's not even a real. And Vikavolt has webs. In Zygarde, I mean, he's probably gonna be bringing coil sub bullshit anyways instead of spikes, but
Yeah,
he doesn't even get it.
Yeah, he didn't even get it. Or Rocks.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, Zygarde is scary. I guess I should talk about his Terra types. Normal Zygarde is cool for the E-speed stuff. Arctozolt Electric just hits like a tank, and then Lanoon is gonna be. You have no fucking clue what's gonna be coming with 3 Terra types. Yeah. Maybe we could look back at some of our other A tier teams after this, but I think for now we can stick this in S. He does have no ground immunity.
Oh, that is huge, considering
1, 2,
these 2 are
3,
weak to it. 3, 4.
4 weaknesses.
Oh, he doesn't.
Oh, okay, I'm stupid. He has
limited.
the ground immunity right there, and he has a ground resistant Gliscopod. That's probably the reason behind those picks.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
That's exploitable though. I mean, emergency exit.
it is exploitable, so I guess we gotta bring it up. But also, defensive Scizor and Zygarde just fucking EQs for breakfast. So
Yeah, no biggie.
yeah, is it enough to keep it out of S? I don't know. I think we could leave it in S for now, and then if he loses to Earthquake later on, I'll be like, damn. You let
We'll
us
find
down,
out.
bro.
We'll find out.
For sure. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on.
Okay, LTG.
Dive into town. Alright, so we have electric terrain and electric terrain abusers.
Yeah, Iron
Love to
Moth,
see that.
Regieleki. That's terrifying.
Very. I like his Urshifu Rapid is cool. It's a strong mon. Iron Moth abuses electric terrain. It's strong in general, and it goes well with Urshifu Rapid. They cover. That's a good offensive core. They cover each other well, and then Slowking Galar is pretty versatile.
Yeah, that helps.
Gives you pivoting or more offense.
Gonna help get you in a position with teleport. Bring out your Moth or your Regieleki or your.
Yeah, I
Urshifu.
think he went like he turned almost stall for a second with Ferrothorn Sableye. Like obviously Ferrothorn isn't stall. It can be whatever. But yeah, I think Mega Sableye is an interesting pick considering the rest of this team really screams offensive. And Mega Sableye kind of puts a halt on that, but it does give you some bulk to fall back on, considering a lot of these mons are frail.
Yeah, and some pretty useful utility
Yeah, these
with
are all
Magic
useful.
Bounce. Because I mean,
Yep.
like Regieleki can remove hazards with Rapid Spin, but you know that's not really what you want to do with Regieleki. And Coco
Yeah,
gets
you
defog,
want
but then you just remove your own terrain, and obviously his team wants the terrain up, so
Yeah.
Magic
So
Bounce is helpful there.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I would still consider hazards a slight weakness, but
Oh yeah, definitely.
having Sableye does help that a lot, so it's
Yes.
justifiable. And then Ditto's useful as a low point mon, always. It's always a threat you have to consider in prep. Smeargle, the same way, even though it's 2 points. And Ariados as well for the random webs.
Gotta live all the random
Yeah.
low point webbers. I think this is a good team. I think this is. I want to say
Think this is
A,
A?
but this tier is just so fucking crowded.
Hey,
dude.
we're gonna go. We're gonna do a quick backtrack on some of these A tier teams. So I think we could put this in A for now.
Yeah, and then we'll go back. Somebody's got to go down. I don't care if it's me. I just need somebody who bothers me.
I guess another weakness for the team is also ground immunities. A lot of ground weak mons. What was his Terra types? We should probably bring that up.
Oh yeah, that's kind of important or something.
In case that affects the rank. Water, good for damage. Terra on your Ditto is interesting. But it could probably come into play, and it's Smeargle. Yeah, Ghost. Actually don't know. Maybe it's a spin blocker. I don't know.
Or just, I don't know, maybe survive.
A fighting move.
I don't know.
But I guess it covers the fighting weakness and makes it turn into a spin blocker, so that could be handy for a mon that's going to be spamming hazards.
Yeah, it's cooler than a random Terra on Aria.
Yeah, but also 1, 2, 3, 4 ground weak mons, and not a real way to handle it.
Yeah, I mean,
That
for a
could come into
Thorn
play.
can eat him up pretty
True,
easily,
but it's still neutral at the end of the day.
Yeah, and that's gonna get worn down with like some spikes up and things like that.
Yeah,
so
and that makes your switches predictable too. That's actually a huge concern with this team.
that actually,
we might have to move it to B just for that.
I honestly agree. There's just, how did we not even notice that? Iron Moth, Slow King, Coco, and Reggie Lucky, and that's like
Yeah,
the
I'm
whole
sure
core
he'll
of the
play
team.
around it. I know he will when you're prepping.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
air balloon, boots for the hazard stuff.
But that's
And,
that's
just
your
move
item
around. But
slot.
It's still an inherent weakness.
Exactly, and that's your item slot, and you could be running, specs or something else to get one-hit KOs, things like
That's right.
that.
Definitely worth mentioning. All right, now we can go next. We got Saskatoon, I think.
Cool.
This also
Went
looks like
all in
pretty
on
home
Max
OU team.
Caliber. Yeah,
this is literally a pre-home OU team.
Oh yeah,
Once all the way down to Hatterene.
my man is going all the way in on Max Caliber.
Yes,
Two
I
Terra
like.
types, Slow
Yeah.
King, Chilly Reception into it.
I really like that though. I really like the double Terra types because Max Caliber is a mon that is very scary. It can destroy your team instantly, and when you make it more unpredictable, that's just more headaches to deal with.
Oh yeah, because now you turn say you're predicting like a Terra Ice, and you have like a
Yeah.
Mach Punch or something that would threaten it to KO it,
Can't lie,
and he's
this
actually
is one of
turned
my
fairy.
favorite teams.
Yeah, no,
This is one of my favorite teams.
this is a good.
They're all
ass team.
usable.
The speed's great.
What I
dude,
like-
the speed is amazing with Mega Beach.
Yeah, he's got all types of speed tiers covered, and like you can't even bring Trigger, I guess. This mon.
Slow King, Hattery.
His hat. What I like is he actually has hazard support for Mega Beedrill and Gyarados. I really
Yes.
appreciate that. Like, heavy Mega Beedrill and no hazard support is a horrible idea. But he's got Hatterene, he's got
Iron
Iron
Treads.
and even Altaria if you need it to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, this team pivots so well. How many of these mon? I mean, look at all these mons that get Volt Switch and
U-turn,
U-turn.
Volt Switch, Chilly
puts your
Reception, more
boys in.
Teleport.
Yes. Yeah, Chilly Reception with Bax is another great tech. But
Yeah.
yeah, look how look at the threats he's bringing in. He's bringing in Zoroark, Bax Caliber, Mega Beedrill. I think this is S tier, dude.
I think
really
this
like
is
team.
S tier. This is good. I think if we put this up here, maybe consider moving this down. Nah. No, fuck that. Just leave it as.
I don't know. Also, I keep forgetting to talk about or trying to find weaknesses because I get too caught up in what's going on right for this team. But I mean, looking at it, there's nothing like the type synergy is great. There's nothing that really jumps out. I guess you could say. Well, no, you can't say this team's slow. It doesn't make a beach roll on it.
And meow. And treads that can boost their energy.
Yeah, it's
Dry
pretty tough.
Mansling backs.
Find inherent weaknesses for this team is pretty tough. It covers everything. Like
This is a good
again,
team.
it has hazard support for all the hazard weak mons. And they can just run boots anyways if they want to, so like then
Yeah.
that becomes obsolete.
Except for Beatrill, obviously.
Yeah.
I would say that hazards, I guess, and
Well-
trying to play around that, get rid of his hazard removers or Hatterene. I mean, I
Set
think
them
that's
up so
the only
easily.
way. Yeah, and even by then, man, like you still have to worry about backs just sweeping your whole team.
Yeah, this team checks so many boxes.
Yeah, this is
Let's just move on. It's an S tier team.
yeah. Enough said.
Pidgey. Alright, so we got Plug Shaker in the first round. Interesting choice.
Crazy.
But I do like Goldingo and Kartana. Good bonds. Even if they share weaknesses, they're still a pretty decent core. Flamigo, Cleavor, Spidops in the, what is that, the 6th round? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yeah, I just can't agree with that. And Tatsugiri right after.
This is a very interesting team. And Pidgey? Yeah,
You know what?
mascot.
I would say, no one's gonna blame me for getting your mascot for 1 point. It's just, why do you have Spidops? For your, what was it? 2, 3, 4, 5, for your 6?
Yeah,
Your
this team
6
is
million.
very unique. This is a unique team.
That's a very nice way of saying this team shit.
Like, I think he'll make it work because Pidgey just makes weird stuff work, but I think he's gonna struggle more than he should.
Good Terra types. I like Terraflying
Yeah.
and Golden Go.
Yep, and Terrifying Flamigo just hits hard. He's got
Flamigo's
the
cool.
hazards setting with Cleavor. I like Cleavor and Goldingo. Obviously, those go well together. You set the hazards and then stop them from being blocked.
And then webs. I think it's gonna go for webs a lot. And then try and sweep with like Zerg's Tree.
Yeah, because he's got some pretty deadly. He's got the Beast Boost combo here.
Yeah, Zerg and Cortana.
And then Tatsugiri.
Make a
you know, it's-
Gardevoir to Blasef.
Yeah, as a breaker. Yeah, he's got really good breakers. Like, this team's strong. It's just, this team's just awkward. Like, the synergy's awkward. And again, we need to bring it up. 1, 2, and 3 ground weaknesses. Wait, 1, 2, can I?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then he's trying to make up for that with the Terra type.
Yeah,
At least. So at least he's
is viable.
addressing the issue. It's
Alright.
still just a glaring
It's
issue.
just a weird, this is just an awkward team. Like, I don't even know what to do. I don't even, like, what am I looking at here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, it does also have a triple ghost weakness. What do you think? I think this is C until he shows us something, because I just don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
What is that? What is happening? I
Alright.
need to see the Plug Shaker 6-0 before I'm convinced we can move this team up.
And then I'll tell you what, if we see that, then
It's the most
this can
Pidgey.
go S tier.
Yeah, exactly. This is the most Pidgey team ever.
Yes.
We're just gonna leave it at that. It's the most Pidgey team I've seen.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's get our last but not least, Preston Pelipper. Also one of my favorite logos.
Latios, who just moved down. Ursaluna, who's been
is
tearing shit up.
dominating.
And Nemorous, who I've used a little bit myself, and I gotta say,
Yeah,
I fuck
So-
with the Nemorous.
Nemers is very good. I think, like, I was sleeping on it during draft because I just haven't seen it do much, but I've been watching it operate no units. Fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So
You,
I'm ready to see it translate.
contrary superpower or just 135 special attack, fucking specs Moonblast.
Yep.
Just fucking
It's
tear
a-
everything up.
I mean, this is a pretty good team. It's got hazard removal. The hazard setting is okay. Like, he's like Excel Core. And who else? Well, I guess
Aggron.
Aggron.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Stealth Rock.
I mean, you see all the wish support this has? He wants to keep our
Screentail, Vaporeon. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe
Wish support is just so necessary for Mega Aggron, so I like that. And then Ursaluna benefits from it very much too.
Oh yeah.
And then the synergy's pretty decent too. His top 3 mons are Ice Weak, but then he's got Rotom Heat, Mega Aggron, Vaporeon, all that good stuff. His low pointers are also pretty decent. Primeape is a niche niche mon that can put in work. Crocolore. I like the Terra type. Obviously, Steel for an Amers is just good. He's got plenty of ground immunities anyways.
That's what I've been running.
And then Vaporeon. Poison? Actually, don't get... Oh, for grass. That's fine.
I would just do Terra Grass for grass. Because
Yeah,
then
I
you
think
also
that
is just electric.
Electric, yeah.
I mean,
But maybe he wants a poison or toxic spikes absorber, so I guess that can cover that a little bit.
That could be useful.
Yeah, and Crocolore grass is fine. This is just an all-around solid team with some really deadly threats. Pretty solid speed, like it's more on the slow end, but Latios and Namers are pretty fast.
Yeah, 106 and 110 respectively.
This is definitely more on the bulky offense team, and I guess does Screamtail get Trick Room? Screamtail has to have Trick
Yeah,
Room.
yeah,
So,
Screen 2 against I mean, we can double
so you can at least bring that up for Ursaluna, who benefits greatly.
Yeah, chicken.
Okay, cool. Yeah, this is a pretty good team. I'm like caught between ranking this B and A. Because like, I'm not completely blown away, even though the synergy is really good.
Yeah. I think with as good as Luna's been so far, and the fact that he does have a Trick Room option, is enough to make it A tier.
It's true.
Like, I understand that, oh, you can prep, this is draft, it's different, but
Right.
there's only so much you can do against the bear.
Yeah, this team, I think like one weakness, and this is nitpicking, it's just like this team doesn't like knockoff. This team does not appreciate knockoff at all.
That's true.
But that's kind of that's mostly nitpicking compared to the good. The good outweighs the bad.
Yeah, I mean, Mega Aggron's probably a really good switch in for that too.
Right. Again, like when you have Mega Aggron, I'd love to see all the wish support.
Oh yeah,
like, a lot. And he can also set screens. Like yeah, he can do a lot of good things. He got water absorbed, covers rotom heat, forms a nice defensive core. This is an A tier team.
Yeah, I like it.
To be honest.
All right, I wanted to go back.
But... Yeah, I was willing to do B too, but like I'm looking at the other A tier teams, I'm like, this team looks good or better than them. So, all right, so I'm pretty satisfied with our B tier. Maybe Slitherwing needs to go up, maybe Daybreak, but we'll have to revisit those later. I'm satisfied with our C. I like our S tier teams. I think if we're gonna change anyone, it needs to be someone out of A, either up or down. What do you think?
Honestly, nobody really comes to mind. I'm honestly quite content with the A tier.
Okay.
Maybe.
I mean, we put them there, so.
Maybe Sai's team. But it's just even with just Chiyu, like. You know, like that's.
If Sai keeps winning, it'll justify the spot, even if we thought maybe he should be a B tier team.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like I'm not gonna move him down to B and then just look stupid when he starts winning. So.
That's fair. Yeah, and I don't really want to change the A tier. Like, I know my team doesn't need to leave A. If anything, it could go to B, but I'm cool with leaving it in A. Alright. Yeah, this is it. This is the tier list, guys.
This is it.
Thank you all for watching. Leave your horrible opinions. Not in the comments, but in...
Yes, I want all the smoke. If I shit talk your team, I want all the smoke.
Alright.
Prove me wrong.
We'll catch y'all on the next one. Take it easy.